Hey everyone, welcome to another Frozen Oil game recap. Once again, it's Rich, and this is the Game 20 recap. Oilers versus Carolina Hurricanes, and what a game. Very exciting game to watch. It wasn't looking good after the second period. The Oilers came out to a strong start. They take a 2-0 lead. Carolina claws its way back, ties the game. The Oilers were outshot almost double by the end of the second period. So kudos to Stu Skinner for hanging in there. Other than really the second goal by Ehlers, he was pretty good in net. Gave us a save percentage of over 900, and the Oilers take it to overtime. And I don't know how many overtime games we've had this year. It's getting up there, but. The Oilers pull it off in overtime, and that overtime goal was just sick. Just as an Oilers fan, watching that breakout start to unfold, Draisaitl hops over the puck, McDavid takes it, and away they go. And Draisaitl, what a beast! He just lasers a wrist shot, top corner. It took 19 seconds for the Oilers to win that game in overtime. And honestly, it'd be nice to win a game like 4-1 or 5-1 one of these days. But we got 2 points, probably 2 points. I mean, Carolina's a really, really good team. Ehlers continues to be an Oiler killer, gets a goal. He used to do that all the time in Winnipeg. I used to hate playing Winnipeg, especially when Nikolai Ehlers was in the lineup, because for some reason, he just always finds so much success against the Edmonton Oilers. So, pretty frustrating. We should probably try and get those guys, those guys that succeed against the Oilers. I remember another one with Calgary. His name was Damon Lankow. He always used to do good against the Oilers. So there's a few of those in the league. But that's pretty much my assessment of the game. It was a tight game. Probably a game that, I mean, if there were 4 periods in a game, the Oilers might not have won this one because they were extremely outshot. But Skinner stands tall, and the Oilers get it done. Zach Hyman makes his return. It was pretty noticeable, especially in the hits department. So, nice to have Zach back. So yeah, that's the game recap, and we are gonna go straight to X and see what everybody is saying in the Oilers fandom here. Before we do that, let's just quickly plug the channel here and kindly ask everyone that hasn't already to kindly consider subscribing to the channel. We would really appreciate it. Let's head on over to X and let's kick it off with a nice interview from Connor McDavid after the game.
Connor, if you can, just maybe talk about what it took from your group here to come out with the W tonight.
Yeah, it took a lot. They're a great team over there. Yeah, just dug in, kind of hanging on for a little bit, and I think I'm sounding like a broken record, honestly, when we win, but it just found a way to win a game. I know it's painful to say, but they're a really good team over there. But we hung out.
That a loss of words.
Strength team, especially in that second period, it looked like they were taking it a little bit, but Stuart Skinner was terrific between the pipes. What do you say about his performance?
Dude, was great. Honestly, he gives us a chance to win, and did tonight. We were taking on water there for a little while, and he was making saves and giving us a chance. Special teams were good. We get a kill. We only get 1 power play. We score. That's a big part of our game.
I know you mentioned that you sound like a broken record, but when you guys continue to come out with points somehow, finding ways, what does that kind of say about this?
We're just scrapping and clawing our way through the first quarter here, we're getting points on the board, and that's all that matters.
It's true.
That's all that matters.
How about having
That's
Zach
true.
back there?
Yeah, amazing. It's just great to see him. Obviously, great to see him playing. Significant injury, and I got firsthand to see him work his way back, and it wasn't always easy. It never is. Sometimes people forget the human side of it. It's an emotional thing to go through a significant injury like that, and to see him back and playing and healthy and moving really well. It's definitely uplifting for a group.
You see the impact he has on the ice, but how much taller are you able to stand when his presence is even off the ice?
Huge. He's a great leader. Brings a lot of positivity to our room, which is needed. So he's a big part of our team on the ice, big part of our team off the ice. Leadership, you name it, he does it. So great to have him back.
What is the mindset like when you go over the boards with Leon and it's 3-on-3 and the game opens up for you a little bit? What do you think? I mean, how do you approach that? You're there to score, but is it right off the bat? Because that took 19 seconds.
Yeah, honestly, I think we've had better years 3-on-3, our little 3-man group there. We've had lots of opportunities, lots of games have gone to overtime, and we haven't been able to be the difference in a lot of nights. So that's what we get paid to do. We get paid to be the difference, and tonight we were able to do that. But we've got lots of experience playing 3-on-3. We enjoy it. Playing with two special players out there, so it's always exciting.
And there you have it from Captain Connor. And yeah, the Oilers in overtime were just lethal. Tough to explain it any other way. So awesome to watch as an Oiler fan, and a nightmare for other teams, especially when it's Bouchard, Draisaitl, and McDavid. Next one from friend of the show, Eric Friesen. Oilers' Leon Draisaitl scores his 73rd career NHL game-winning goal, passing Glenn Anderson and Connor McDavid for the most in franchise history. So congrats to Leo there. McDavid not with a quiet night, by the way. 2 goals and an assist. He was so close to getting a hat trick twice, and it just didn't happen. So close. He had a monster game, but Draisaitl just a killer shot in overtime. It was unbelievable. Next one from Klima's Lid. Jesper Wallstedt shuts out the Ducks while making 28 saves. He's now 4-0-2 in 6 games played and was .909 going into this game. Now, Jesper Wallstedt, we had an opportunity to draft him, and we didn't. I was going nuts when this was back in 2021, I believe. And we elected to go with Xavier Bourgault. He's not even with our team anymore. He was traded to Ottawa, and we never go for these highly touted goalies. As a goalie fan myself and an Oiler fan, you want them to have that franchise goalie at some point, and he would have been a great pickup. Now it'll be impossible to get this guy. He's look at his stats. He's 4-0-2 in 6 games. Just got a shutout. He's young. So he's going to have an amazing career in the NHL, and it's just too bad we didn't make the correct choice at that draft to get him into the system, and we needed goaltending. It's been 10 years of this, so good for Jesper, but for Oiler fans, it's just like, man, why did we not draft that guy? Next one from Bleed Oil and Blue. Hyman comes back and makes noise for the Oilers in his first game back. 11 hits, 1 assist, massive impact. And next one from Brian Swain. Zach Hyman had more hits tonight, 11, than the entire Oilers team did in Philadelphia on Wednesday, 10. Massive. That's massive for the Oilers. They're always so low in the hits department, and getting a guy like Zach Hyman back is obviously going to make that better. So great to see. Next one from Captain Jack. Roslovic had every right to fire his agent. How did the Oilers get this guy for only $1.5 million? Yeah, he's definitely not going to be getting paid $1.5 million next year if he keeps this up. But having said that, who knows if we'll be able to afford him. So we got to make the most out of Roslovic this year. But happy he is an Edmonton Oiler. He's doing awesome. Next one from the Edmonton Oilers themselves. Dry of the Storm.
McDavid carries it in. Draisaitl having
Here's that
won the
shot.
face-off, shoots and scores. And Edmonton 19
And I love that
seconds
celebration.
in. From
I love how he holds his stick after he scores a goal. I don't know if I can get this to show this, but if there's ever a Draisaitl statue, that's the pose the statue should be, right there. The way he's right there. That's the statue. If Draisaitl, I mean, we still need a Messier statue at some point. Definitely a Messier statue. Curry statue, I would also advocate for. Grant Fuhr statue for sure. That would look so awesome. So they're so behind in the statue department, the Oilers. They could definitely have something similar to what is outside of Crypto.com Arena in LA with all their statues. And I mean, this isn't even getting to so many. We're still in the 80s. We could easily have 5 statues. So hopefully they can get going on that. Next one here from Rebound at Oilers Rebound. I don't think that's the ideal positioning there for Stu. And that was the Ehlers goal, the second goal. He just couldn't get back in time. But other than that, he had a solid game. This one from the Oilers. Good night, Oiler Country. Zach Hyman's back as well. Stuart Skinner gets some props. Great game. Again, other than that goal, great game. Bouchard Believer says Oilers are 6-0-0 when getting a save percentage over 900. I've honestly been saying for 10 years, just get McDavid some goaltending and everything else will work itself out. And I mean, it's a very small sample size, but I mean, 6-0-0 and getting a save percentage over 900, that's starting to be a pretty obvious stat here. And last but not least, one of the coolest goals in Oiler history. This one from Vintage Oilers. 1997, Doug Waite goes through the Flames and score a beauty. Let's check this out.
Landry, who backhands it around the board's right wing side, and now it is Greer to Doug Waite at center.
Those uniforms look
Waite
so
in
sharp
across
too.
the line. He's in alone. Shoot, scores! Oh my, what a spectacular goal by Doug Waite!
One of those plays that everything goes right. I had a nice gap. I had a lot of speed coming. They were coming off a change, so I had to D a couple guys flat-footed, and just started moving my feet in ways I don't know what I was doing, but it looked like I knew what I was doing the whole way. That's the best thing about it. As I made.
So that's a classic. Probably already watched the school a million times. Can easily make it 1,000,001. Just an unbelievable goal. Doug Waite, one of my favorite Oilers of all time. So yeah, that's going to do it for today's episode. Looking forward to bringing you another recap after the next game. And also, we just finished recording. We broke a case of 25-26 Upper Deck Series 1. We recorded it all for you to check it out, see what we got. So that is currently being edited. So looking forward to bring you that. Did we get a Demidov Young Gun? We'll see. And that's it. So thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. And most importantly, go Oilers.
Frozen or hockey, the channels you need. Oilers on the ice, unstoppable speed. Chasing the cup, we're gonna succeed. With the David leading, we're built to exceed. Frozen or hockey,